ว่า That's 300 brake it is.
Yeah. Oh, top man.
Is that alright? I've never twisted it.
No, you're not bad at all. There's a few little bits to think about, which I'll talk about when we get in. What's she running, about 350 or something?
About 300 brake it is.
Yep.
3 brake and then 350 torque.
Sure. Yeah, it feels about the same sort of speed as more or less a touring car, really, power-wise. That's what it probably weighs about